Greetings once again, wizards. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with another episode of Fairy Tale, the 100 Years Quest, where previously the water dragon god had been defeated, but that came at the cost of a lot of damage to the town, and Natsu going on a rampage because of Igneous Flame, only to be quelled by Lucy at great cost to her chesticles. But Wendy was able to heal her, but Natsu apologizes nonetheless. Speaking of apologies, well, at first the people think that Mercphobia was dead. As it turns out, he is injured and drained of his magical power. Now, he can only live as a human would, and so it's a bit of a win-win situation. Mercphobia's powers were causing turmoil to the town that he had come to love, and now he is without it, and it seems he couldn't be happier. Later, back at the Water Dragon God Temple, Mercphobia and Caramel informs Team Natsu about the other dragon gods, including Ignea, son of Igneal, the Fire Dragon God, Aldoron, the Wood Dragon God, Selene, the Moon Dragon God, and the mysterious Vernis, the Gold Dragon God. And though Mercphobia is doubtful about whether or not they'd be able to defeat any of the others, as they are a lot more vicious and powerful than he was, he does direct them to the next one, Aldoron, the Wood Dragon God. Meanwhile, the Diablos Guild catches wind of the actions of Team Natsu, with their leader, George, determined to feast on dragon meat. Meanwhile, with Team Natsu, after shenanigans ensue, it's decided that they will take the train to Drasil, where Aldoron should be. Stopping over in the city of Tekka, they find themselves meeting a doppelganger of Urza called Elfkith, but she seems to be native to this world, unlike the Adolis Nightwalker. This one is a renowned writer of sorts, and takes the group to the celebrity guild of Fairy Nail. What weird situations are about to arise? Join me as I find out, won't you? Honestly, forgot about this part of the story. Fairy Nail? That sounds just like the name of our guild. Nail of Fairies? This is a talent guild. Fairy Nail. A talent guild? A guild of actors? An actors guild? Singers, models, and of course, actors. Talents in our guild engage in a wide range of activities. I can't believe a coincidence like this is possible. You all are identical to the talents in our guild. I guess you and I sort of look alike a little bit. A little bit, she said. Although I always do love the fact that Mashima always makes very apparent differences between the doppelgangers he has a tendency to make. This is especially weird considering I'm also watching Eden Zero. Check that out on my channel, where you have Elsie Crimson, who is also a doppelganger of Urza. But they all act so different that once you get their personalities in full swing, it's like, okay, you're not that character. Literally identical. Would you like to have a look inside? Sounds fun. I have a bad feeling about this. As you should. Aldoron, the Wood Dragon God. Oh god, that found me right off the bat. The spitting image. He's our guild's top star. Naku. Yo, manager. Where the hell are you? Yes, I'm right here. So different from the Adolis versions. Even this universe's versions. I'm his manager? That's Lisha. I told you a million times. Lukewarm coffee isn't coffee at all. I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm not playing that shitty role, but the project is moving forward with you in the cast. I said no, so it's not happening. But he's a jerk, isn't he? Don't bully me so much, would you? Oh, I see. It's weird that he even has the same scar as Gray. That's Gren. Oh god, he's a pole I do appreciate that there's both men and women in that crowd. He strips in front of people? Would you be embarrassed? Why would you be embarrassed? I mean, at least he does it for a profession. Showing your naked body is an art form of its own. There, Juvina's over there too. She's a topless dancer. Oh my. Forgot about that one. Looks like you're on a roll, Gren. Not as much as you are, Juvina. Topless. Stop imagining things. Why are they calling each other Sama? Oh, over here is Wendella, our gifted child actress. Gifted? You'll see her in action. Shock. In 0.5 seconds, her expression will totally change. Incredible. There's no version of us? I doubt they have exceeds. Oh. Of course, we had to get human Carla in here. Oh, she has a plush of that one Exceed dude. the one who kept doing that weird hand motion. It's weird to see a more actual cat version of Happy. Charlotte and Idol and her pet cat Bappy. Good kitty. I'm just a cat. There's Bibby, the black cat. Yeah, same with Panther Lily. And he also has the same scar. That is so weird. Yeah. And a married comedy duo, Gazelle and Ligi? Yeah. You blame me for craving iron? Stop it, you. Married? Mina, Jane, and Lizala are models. Mira is about the same, right? Like, oh, Mira's about the same. It's especially funny because Mira is like the same in all universes. Like, Mira Jane does not change no matter what incarnation it is. Oh, they're exclusive makeup artist, Elderman. Oh, that's different. Mina, your skin's so rough these days. Oh my god. Laxless and the Thunder King Tribe, a popular rock band. That actually would be awesome. Kara, a leg model, and Rocky, a sexy actor. Sexy. It's weird that Kana's duplicate is a leg model. Then again, I mean, there are leg models, but it's interesting that she's exclusively a leg model. Kana's not really the one I go to for leg stuff. Then again, I don't really go to most people for leg stuff. Sexy? You don't need to know what that means. Oh, when she says sexy, I think she means, I mean, considering that Juvia's duplicate is a topless dancer and Gray's duplicate is a pole dancer, so, I mean, hey, they take on all comers, both figuratively and literally. You don't need to know what that means. This is crazy. I can't believe how similar we look. Reminds me of Eldelos. Mira was about the same there, if I recall. I forgot Gray actually brings that up. It's like, it's weird that Mira just doesn't change. And what are you? I'm a stage actress. Oh, I thought she was a writer. Okay, you seem really popular. People in town were going crazy for you. Oh please, I have much to learn. Actually, I'm having a hard time understanding my next role. Talk to me. I have some experience in acting. Yeah, no. You know, it's easy to see Urza as a bit of a Mary Sue, because she tends to win a lot of battles. But then again, just as much as any protagonist would. But Urza's flaw is her boundless confidence in everything. Even situations where she has no goddamn business being as confident about it as she should. And I love it. Experience, huh? It's a girl in love, but I don't have any experience in love. Love, you say? Yeah, Urza, how you gonna come at that one? I had enough, manager. I told you I'm not taking a role that makes me even remotely dumb. I'm sorry. You need to learn a lesson. Come here. No, Naka, please. Oh, it's the guy. I can't stand him. I gotta give him a piece of my mind. How dare you bully me? I don't think you should. Yeah, about that. I told you. Lucy, what happened? Tanasi. It might not look like it, but they're together. So at the guild, they sometimes do naughty things. You don't need to tell us. It is also a form of love. I mean, it's the relationship a lot of the fans wish they had. I know it could take any form, but with no experience, you can't say you get it. Is that it? I'll listen if you'd like to talk. Urza. Just call me Urza, Alkis. You don't have much experience to speak of. Same goes for you. And you. Y'all are hopeless when it comes to love. And Carla, who's never been in a relationship either. And they were an interesting bunch. It was awful. I might be traumatized. Seeing Juvia's face, it makes me wonder if she's doing alright. What you saw was Juvina, though. Love, huh? Oh, great. By the way, what did you talk to Elkis about, Urza? Urza? Well, listen to that. Oh, and here it comes. Yep, there it is. It's moving. Of course it is. There he goes. I can't do this. What's the matter, Urza? Forgive me. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm Elkis. The real Urza, since I couldn't get into the role, she'll be on stage instead. My dear, beloved, terrible acting. You suck. What happened to Elkis? Nice, huh? No, not nice. You want her money back. How dumb can she be? Elkis and Urza switched places right away. Going back to the original team, we headed to Drasil the next day. What? I still think about that. Ashima and his weird little detour stories. You know what? I'm starting to realize maybe that's what's missing from Eden Zero. That those nice little weird detours we would sometimes take. Because Eden Zero probably carries itself the most serious out of most of Mashima's stories. Although, then I got to Dead Rock and that, But the sillier situations always kind of helped me just take in the characters a little bit sometimes. Shoot, if it wasn't for the sillier moments, there's a lot of characters who would never get any screen time at all. Looking at you, Max and Wako and Wakaba and like all the background characters essentially of Fairy Tail. And the train paused at the Rain Hill station on the way. The train stopped there for 2 whole hours. To get some fresh air, we went outside. Erza stayed behind. And then the air feels great. This will do for Wendy's meal, I'm sure. Wendy like, wait, what? Like, that's not how that works. Wendy's way of consuming it's very different from everybody else's. Oh, Juvia? Ren? No, you're that one. Huh? From the Talent Guild in Tekka. I'm Juvina. You're Gray, as I recall. You're a carbon copy of Gren. You look exactly like Juvia, a girl I know. Oh no, you must call me Juvina. Juvina? Are you here on business? That's right. Do you know what Juvina does for work? Yeah, I guess. Wanna see? Well, I mean, if you offer. I do appreciate someone who embraces what they do, and not that type of, I'm kidding. You'd have to pay to see it. I love that. Don't scare me like that. That's my line. Crap, I have it. You like stripping like Ren? No, it's just my old habit. You're toast. What about you, Juvina? Being a woman, doesn't doing that make you embarrassed? Not really. I like my job. I see. I do appreciate because there are women who don't see what they do as a bad thing or anything like that. A job's a job. Believe me, there are worse jobs to have. Then again, there are plenty of jobs that I think, oh, I'd never want to take something like that, and other people would jump at it. Different strokes for different folks. Even if your job is stroking. Let me stop. What's that face for? No, it's nothing. I get it. You don't like other men seeing the naked body of your beloved Juvia? It's not like that. You may look alike, but you're not her. So you don't deny that she's your beloved? I forgot about this moment. It took me off guard that we kept dwelling on the fairy nail characters. One thing this follow-up series actually does a lot more than what I thought it would was actually dive into the relationship of Juvia and Gray. It could do for a lot more of that, but it does more than I thought it would. Is Juvia your lover? No, we're not like that. So you're single, Gray? On a date with Juvina. Hey, spend money with me. So, why are you Juvina-sama? Because Juvina is a star. Huh. More importantly, aren't you curious about my relationship with Gren? Not really. You're no fun. He doesn't take any interest in me. I've been hitting on him for so long, but he's been salty like you wouldn't believe. That's too bad. You must know how Juvina feels, but Gran is... I feel like I have to apologize. He dodges me when it really matters, but I don't care. I want to love rather than be loved. That's Juvina's happiness. A man ought to be clear with his intentions, right? Exactly. If he doesn't like me, then I'd rather he told me. It's not that I don't. I was talking about Juvia. Ah, I see. So you're in the same boat as Gren. Juvia is important to me, but I can't. Not with who I am now. That statement really took me off guard because it's so easy to see it as Ray is annoyed by Juvia, but it's kind of the realization is like, it's not that he dislikes her advance, it's that he doesn't know how to actually deal with that kind of advancement. It's the understanding that it's not that Gray hates Juvia in any capacity. In fact, he actually likes her a lot. He just doesn't know how to deal with those emotions because he has a lot of his own personal issues he's dealing with. I've known plenty of people like that, and few of them have denied what I thought would have been a happy relationship because of their personal hang-up. I mean, you can't force it, but it can be kind of sad sometimes. And when will you be ready? Gotta go. Juvina's got to work. Oh. It's on the house. You may look like her, but you're totally someone else, Juvina. Juvina has a scar because of me. All right. Yeah, from what happened. I will admit, I was kind of curious of whether or not Juvia would die from that situation. I'd assume that she'll wait for you forever, lover boy. I know that. That's why I want to feel confident about myself. I'll become a man strong enough to protect her, and I'll come get her no matter what. Oh, did I make you wait, Juvina? Gren. Oh, you're the famous Gray. See, he looks exactly like you. Of course, Gren's much better looking. Hey, you didn't do anything funny with my woman, did you? Huh? Sorry, we are actually together. Yeah, she's my woman. What? Oh, when Urza came over, she told me about you. I feel bad for Juvia, so I couldn't help it. By the way, Juvina is not a topless dancer. What? Like I'd ever let other men see my woman naked. It's a place where girls dance in swimsuit. But Elkis is so pure that she believed my joke. Then what she did earlier is our little secret. What are you whispering about, Juvina? Okay then, we should get going. Give my best to Juvia. What a roller coaster of a situation. Listen, Urza, it's Natsu. Why do you care about a shirt or two? My underwear burned too. You really need to get fire retardant underwear at this point. What did you do, Natsu? You tried to chase away the men who tried to hit on Lucy, and he went overboard. He charred us too. Everyone needs a bath. That was fun. Yeah. Did you say something, Natsu? Good grief. Great, did something happen to you too? Oh no, it's nothing. Just wondering how Juvia's doing. Juvia's doing fine. That's good. Yeah, it's been so long, Gray. Juvia has come. Why are you here, Juvia? Sama? Never mind. Drasil, center of Guiltina. Ah, so cool. I gotta admit, this is a lot more elaborate than I remember it being. It may be bigger than Crocus. Let's eat first. Food. I'm actually getting hungry myself now. You're right. We'll gather information tomorrow, so let's get some rest today. Don't get lost. Who? Me? Look over there, Gray. That store is adorable. Sure. Hey, it looks like bread. Why are you here? I came after you, of course. How did you find us? Juvia's Graydar is excellent in a continent that you're not familiar with. You found him. Well, she is here. Not much we can do now. How's everyone in the guild? Everyone in the guild? What's the matter, Juvia? Nothing. They're doing fine. Gray knows something's up. Man, I ate too much. Me too. Is that the map of this town? Yeah, the shape of it is so unique. Thank you for today. She doesn't mean to interfere with your work and plans to return tomorrow. It was nice to get to see you. Returns tomorrow after literally going to a whole nother continent? Because of the contract, we can't tell you about this quest. So be a good girl and wait for us. You promise you'll come back? Of course I will. Eventually. She has been so worried. It'll be fine. We're here too. You're the ones I'm most worried about. There's no need to worry there. You seem kind of different. What makes you say that? The day you hesitated before answering about the guild. Did something happen at the guild? Did something happen? Huh? Why can't I remember? Juvia. A new member joined the guild and Juvia was suspicious of her. I'm glad we immediately addressed that. Beware the white mage. Oh, Juvia. Hey, stay with me, Juvia. What's that noise? The ground. An earthquake? No, this is... The ground's rising up. I mean, the townspeople, they're fine with this? Oh yeah, I forgot the townspeople actually knew. They had the foresight. It's just like, okay, time to sit down. You must be visitors. What is happening? This happens at the same time every day. So we think it's like a time signal, but I'm sure it's a shock for first timers. The same time every day? No need to worry. It'll stop soon. We pray to the earth. No, to the great tree. Yeah, like it was said before. When power goes beyond understanding, you pray to it like a god. Trees. Yeah. The shape of this town. Yeah, it's a hand. Yeah. See, when it came to finding out about the wood god dragon Aldoron, my immediate thought was, he's big. How big are we talking? Don't tell me we're standing on, yes, a hand. The right hand of Drasil. Jesus. Aldoron. The town's on his palm? Does that mean we're riding on Aldoron? You're told he was big, but this is too big. How do you deal with that? Literally on the right hand of God. I remember seeing that for the first time and being like, how do you fight this? How do you battle this? Hope Juvia is okay. She was acting strange. He said something like, beware the white mage. White mage? It sounds familiar. It should. Caramel mentioned that name. He said she asked her to help control the water dragon god's power. So why did Juvia mention her? Maybe something happened at the guild? Anyhow, let's wait and see how Juvia feels. Maybe she'll remember something when she wakes up. It's also still think of what to do about Aldoron. We're standing on him, huh? I never expected that a town would exist on the dragon we were looking for. And there are a total of 5 similar sized towns. Yeah, that's also the thing that gets me. It's not just one town, it's 5. For a second I thought I remembered it was only 3, but 5 towns. And they're not even small towns, they're massive towns, each of them. How do you build 5 massively sprawling towns on a creature in the span of 100 goddamn years like Jesus? And it's not like he never moves on his left hand, back and shoulders. Like, god damn. And the freaky thing is, there's room to spare. It's too big to fathom. Well, I'm sure I can punch him about that. The biggest concern here is not whether or not we can seal him, but if it's alright to seal him. People in this town coexist with Aldoron. If Aldoron is sealed, that might affect these 5 towns, you mean? Yeah, like what happens if you seal him? This isn't a matter of whether or not he's a benevolent being or not. It's a matter of how do you do this without destroying 5 whole massively sprawling towns. I see how it is. You're dealing with not an evil dragon again. Seems that way. You left Gray and Wendy to look after Juvia and head to the town to find information. Ah, sleeping face. Is he sleeping with his face on the ground during the day? I wonder if the daily tremors are like him stretching. I mean, what made them build towns on top of a dragon of all places? It was the intent of Aldoron, or so I've heard. It was my grandfather's 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 generation. So more than 300 years ago, the wood dragon god Aldoron told the people to build towns with his body. Oh, I didn't realize it was 300 years ago. Huh. Okay, so I guess that is enough time to build that many towns. See, I don't actually remember a lot of the details about Aldoron, or so I've heard. What for? They don't know, or so I've heard. You must be travelers. We come from Ishgal. I see. Then let me show you around town. Much appreciated. Something wrong, Natsu? Well, that old dude sent. Yeah. What is this feeling? This is a shopping district? It's a popular tourist spot, or so I've heard. Wait, so you don't know? These are Aldoron merchandise. I forgot about the Aldoron merchandise. The most popular of them all is the Aldoron doll, or so I've heard. This is Aldoron's right hand and middle finger park, or so I've heard. The ring finger amusement park. Okay, I don't remember this. The pinky finger lake. And this is the Heart of Drasil, St. Rashin Church, or so I've heard. It's so huge. We, the people of Drasil, never forget to pray to the earth, to Aldoron. Oh, we're going for the credits like this. Interesting. Oh, given what's about to happen. We're here now thanks to the blessing of Aldoron's abundant land, and thus, we cannot allow anyone who threatens Aldoron to live, or so I've heard. Yeah, what's going on? This is one of the churches of the White Mage, or so I've heard, and you all committed 2 sins. And hey, it's like we've seen before. Those who worship the dragon god, they've been around for hundreds of years. And it's one thing I appreciate about this story, is that there are innocent people who worship these beings. And despite how dangerous some of them might be, it's not just the dragon god you have to get through. It's those who adorn them too. First, you possess an enormous amount of magical energy, which is against the teachings and of the faith of the White Mage. Second, you've come here to destroy Aldoron. How do you, the White Mage, see through all Urza? Mira. Why? The scent. It was Mira's. Yep. What do you think you're doing? Let's play together like we used to, Urza. You, what in the world? It's not just Mira. Welcome to the cult of the White Fairy. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. It should have dawned on me when I was first reading through this in the manga that the White Mage would take control of the members of Fairy Tail. And if she could take control of something as powerful as a dragon god, it'd be child's play to take care of the entire Fairy Tail guild and sick them on our heroes. Because if a dragon god couldn't stop them, maybe their own friends will. If it wasn't for the fact that Fairy Tail fights each other like every other story arc almost. Though I gotta admit, this story arc is actually a fun one. It's not the most engaging, but there's enough moving parts that I always really liked it. in terms of ranking, I'd say, my favorite is Selene. I really like the stuff that's going on with Ignia, that's going on right now in the manga. There's Aldoron and a bit of a mystery guest that are kind of tied and interchangeable for me. Then Mercphobia, and then Varnus at the bottom, because I just really did not like the way the Varnus story kind of worked out. Not because of the final battle, it's just the moving parts that we needed to go through in order to get to fighting Varnus. Hated that. I hated that. And I don't say I hate things a lot, but I hated that. If the anime can maybe with the anime it'll go a little bit quicker, but I just really did not like a lot of the side stuff that it took to get to Varnus. And the Mercphobia is the second to least favorite, but I still liked it. I still like that story. It's just that Aldoron and the other one that I won't tell any details about are just very fun because there's so many moving parts and there's so much action. The only reason why I like Ignia and Selene is simply because they're the dragon gods with some of the most personality. And I probably will say that the one that I don't want to talk about will go right under Ignia, because there's also a lot of personality from the adversary there, and it has some fights between certain characters, and I'm just like, oh man, that's so cool. So yeah. And I will say also, in general, the dragon gods are just a more interesting collection of adversaries, because with Fairy Tail, it's a lot of taking on dark wizards or people affiliated with Zeref, but Zeref isn't really intentionally pulling a lot of those character strings. It's more so the stuff when you actually get to Zeref himself and Acnologia. Those are the more like, that's when you get into the full swing of things. I'm not saying I hate a lot of the Fairy Tail story arcs, it's just that it's more so with a lot of the opponents we faced off who were people taking things for Zeref or trying to resurrect Zeref or getting demons of Zeref and this, that, and the other. They were all just crumbs of Zeref. You just kept waiting for the main event that was Zeref. So in the grand scheme of things, they don't matter as much as you would think they would. And if you don't at least get a character who becomes relevant later down the line, like Juvia and Gajia when it came to the Phantom Lord stuff. But that also explored Lucy and her parentage and stuff like that. The lesser story arcs are the ones that usually are just about introducing new characters, which isn't a bad thing. You get to know them and all that, and they end up becoming prominent to the story later down the line. Like with the Grand Magic Games, a lot of the stuff in there is plot relevant, or is introducing new characters and stuff that has greater significance later down the line. I don't know, maybe that's not a good example, because enough Fairy Tail stuff has a lot of meaning and stuff like that. It's just harder to see the further you get out from some of that stuff. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about the wood dragon god Aldoron? How do you feel about Fairy Tail once again having a battle amongst themselves? What do you think about the relationship between Gray and Juvia? And who is your favorite doppelganger of any Mashima creation? The Sieghart Jalal Justice situation is probably the most interesting one by far, because that's the one Mashima usually shoves the most to the forefront. But like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.